Montana families dealing with critical and complicated medical conditions usually have to travel hundreds of miles for specialized care. That's why the Angel Flight program is so important to rural areas, where volunteer pilots across the state fly patients and their families to those out-of-state hospitals and clinics. But as MTN's Jill Valley reports, there's one problem. There are not enough pilots to meet the demand.
Pilot Michael Burks and his wife Kiyomi spend a lot of time in the air. They love flying, and with views like this, who wouldn't? But the flights are more about service than scenery. Michael has spent hundreds of hours in the air, flying critically ill or injured patients to their distant doctor's appointments.
Big step. And
patients like 16-year-old Maya. She has brittle bone disease and tells me her bones are like chalk. She and her mom often go to Seattle for care, and they do it aboard Burke's Cessna. That drastically cuts down on travel time and stress.
It's like an 8-hour drive, and I've had to drive the trip with like broken legs and things like that. So it can be really difficult to make that trip all the time. I think it can be really difficult for a lot of families.
I didn't realize how much of a relief it would be emotionally, physically, and financially. It helps us take a moment to breathe after the doctor's appointments. It really helps give us a minute to sink in what's happening and to just have a moment to ourselves.
Angel Flight West is a nonprofit, volunteer-driven organization arranging free, non-emergency air travel for kids and adults with serious medical conditions. And while Michael knows he's helping a family through a challenging time thanks to Angel Flight, he gets as much as he gives.
Not only do you get to leave all your problems on the ground, you get so much inspiration throughout the flight, just hearing all the trouble and everything they're going through, and the 85th operation, the 500th bone broken, and they're still laughing and they're still enjoying life. It's awesome.
Michael was just named the Angel Flight West Montana Wing Leader. He says there are only a few pilots in Montana who are volunteering right now, as more and more families need the service. So he is determined to change that.
My goal is to get every pilot who can qualify in the state of Montana to do one a month, to be available to one a month. 1 a month, 3 hours a month to help somebody that doesn't have to drive 8 to 10 hours would take care of every single mission out there.
And this is really what Angel Flight is for. It's for the rural areas. Eastern Montana is the greatest need right now because people are driving hundreds of miles and they shouldn't be.
And we've heard stories of people having to ride the Greyhound for 17 hours because there's no availability over there. So we're going to be hitting Billings and Bozeman really hard. There's a lot of pilots there. There's a big airports there. So we know they're there, and I just don't think they understand what the program is and how easy it is to qualify to fly.
In Missoula, Jill Valley, MTN News.